Welcome you all to geography period, and we are going to discuss on our top chapter 3, that is drainage. In our previous period also we have started with the chapter and we have started with some concepts related to drainage. So first of all, what is drainage means? A drainage is a definite channel through which water flows, and drainage system also we have learned about. Drainage system is a main river along with its tributaries are called as drainage system. Then we have learned about the two important drainage system of India, that is Himalayan drainage and the peninsular drainage. So Himalayan drainage are the you mean to say it is perennial in nature, it flows throughout the year, while the peninsular are seasonal in nature. Then Himalayan rivers include Ganga, then Brahmaputra, then it includes Indus, and peninsular rivers includes various rivers like Narmada, Tapi, then Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, etc. Then Himalayan rivers have very high erosive capacity because they are flowing from very hilly areas from a very high slope, as well as they have water throughout the year, and along with that it is a very newly originated rivers compared to peninsular rivers. Then we have peninsular rivers flows in shallow valley, that's why erosive capacity is less. Okay, then most of the Himalayan rivers they flow in the Bay of Bengal, but there are some like Indus River which flows in Arabian Sea also. And Peninsular River, most of them are originating in the Western Ghat and they are flowing towards the Bay of Bengal, but there are some which are flowing to Arabian Sea like Narmada, Tapi. So these are some of the points which we discussed in our previous period, and I told you that in today's period we are going to learn about drainage pattern. So drainage pattern means what, and what are the various important drainage pattern formed in India. So drainage pattern is a, actually pattern means we already know it's a form. Okay, so these the streams within a drainage basin. When within a drainage basin means what? A basin means a main river along with its tributaries, the area which is covered by it is drainage basin. So within a drainage basin, when certain forms or certain patterns are being formed by the river along with its tributaries are considered as the drainage pattern. So drainage pattern means the forms, various certain features or forms which are formed by or which are developed by the river along with its tributaries in its own drainage basin is called as drainage pattern. So drainage pattern, various drainage pattern are result of some factors. Please see the factors on the slide where it is written that the various factors are one is slope of the land, how the slope is. Some may have very deep high slope, some may have gentle slope, so it depends on the slope of the land. Then next is underlying rock structure. Some rock may be very soft rock, some may be hard rock, so it depends on the type of rock or underlying rock structure also. How the water flows. So if it is hard rock, then the flow will be different. If it is quite soft rock or different type of rock, then it will have a different pattern of flow. So that's why the pattern also depends upon the underlying rock structure, as well as the climatic condition. Why climatic condition? Basically, if we consider the water, the rainfall, it's a part of climate, right? So if rainfall is more in the area, then water volume will be more, but if rainfall is less, then water volume will be less. So like weather condition or climatic condition also depends upon the drainage pattern which are formed in the area. So some of the important drainage pattern found in the country are dendritic pattern, number 1, number 2 trellis pattern, number 3 rectangular pattern, and number 4 radial pattern. So let's see what does these patterns means. So number 1, you can see on the slide is that so it's dendritic pattern. So dendritic pattern is it develops where the river channels follows the slope of the terrain. When the slope of the terrain is being followed by the river, then it forms dendritic pattern. So you can see in the picture, how does it look like? It look like a branch of a tree. So dendritic patterns, they follow the part of the slope, how the slope is. So that's why they have a kind of a branch of a tree like structure. So they resembles like a branch of a tree. So that is dendritic pattern. Number two is then trellis pattern. You can see in the picture. Trellis pattern, a river joined by its tributaries at approximately 90 degree. You can see that the tributaries are joining the main river. The middle one is the main river, and tributaries are joining the main river at 90 degree, and each tributaries are flowing parallel to each other. So that's how they form the trellis pattern. So a river joined by its tributaries at approximately right angles develops a trellis pattern. A trellis pattern develops where the hard and soft rock exist parallel to each other. When the hard and soft rock they present parallel to each other, then these type of or this pattern of drainage are being formed. So here the main river is being joined by the tributaries at 90 degree, and each tributary are almost flowing parallel to each other. You can see the picture and you can form your own definition also. Then third one is rectangular pattern. So rectangular pattern is when the river they make a kind of a rectangular shape, making 90 degrees and rectangular shape, then it develops the form of rectangular drainage pattern, and it develops where the strongly jointed rocks are being found. Where the rocks are very strongly jointed, hard rocks are very strongly jointed, that's then they flow in a rectangular type of pattern. So this is the third one. Fourth one is the radial pattern. You can see that the plus sign, can you see in the picture, the plus sign or the plus sign is being representing the hilltop. So when a particular river, or you can say different tributaries of a different river streams, they are originating from a high hilltop, or we can say up from a peak or from a dome. That is the plus sign where you have seen it's a high structure, hilly area, or a peak of a hill. So from a peak of a hill, when to different directions various streams or various rivers they originate and flows in different directions, then we call it as radial pattern. So in a radial pattern, from a hilltop, from a peak like structure, various different rivers form in different directions. Numbers of rivers, when they originate from the hill peak and flows in different direction, then it is called as radial pattern. So a combination of several patterns may be found in the same drainage basin. So it may found later on when these rivers originate from the hilltop, they individual river may form different pattern, but when from a hilltop or from a peak rivers originate and flows in different all the directions, then it is known as a radial pattern. So these are the drainage pattern which are very common in our country. Like for example, Ganga has a drainage pattern of a dendritic, and your homework is to find out one example for the rest of the three from India. Like I'm giving example of one, that is I mean the dendritic pattern. Ganga is having Ganga and Godavari. They have dendritic type of pattern. Now you have to find out from India which rivers have different forms. Like basically you can give two examples of each pattern. Rest of the three pattern, that is radial, then trellis and rectangular. Please find out two rivers from India from each pattern, excluding the dendritic I already told you, but you can write in your book. Dendritic includes Ganga and Godavari, but rest three please find out. That is your homework for today. And then we have like the Himalayan rivers which we discussed. They are a river along with its tributaries may be called as a river system. We already know the major Himalayan rivers, which includes Indus, Ganga and Brahmaputra. So it includes the three major rivers, Indus, Ganga and Brahmaputra. And today we are going to have a little bit of discussion, or we can say the discussion on the Indus river system. So Indus river system, it rises in Mansarovar Lake in Tibetan region, that is in China, and the Indus enters in India in Ladakh district of Jammu and Kashmir. If you see the map, you can see that Indus is originating in Tibetan region. The China you have seen from that part, that is near Mansarovar Lake, and it enters to Jammu and Kashmir first. So it rises in Mansarovar Lake and Indus enters in the Ladakh district of Jammu and Kashmir. Then there are some tributaries which are in Jammu and Kashmir, tributaries of Indus that joins Indus River. These are the tributaries in Jammu and Kashmir region. So it includes Jaskar, Nubra, Shyok are some tributaries that joins the Indus River in Kashmir region. The next river Satluj, Bees, Ravi, Chenab and Jhelum join Indus near Mithankot. And river Satluj, then Bees, Ravi, Chenab and Jhelum join Indus near Mithankot. Okay, in Mithankot in Pakistan, and then they flow southward to fall into the Arabian Sea east of Karachi. So you can see here, the in the Satluj Rabi are written here, and then Bees, then Chenab and Jhelum is also there. So they meet at Mithankot, where it is meeting the point near Pakistan. So and then they flow southward, and then they discharge its water to the Bay, Arabian Sea near the uh, Karachi. Then the length of Indus River in India is in Indus is 2,900 kilometer. Then along with that, India and Pakistan have distributed Indus River water according to Indus Water Treaty 1960. So we will discuss about Indus Water Treaty in next period. But India and Pakistan has to divide the water of Indus River. So it was according to the Indus Treaty, Water Treaty 1960, which was formed. So because the Indus River flows in both the countries, so both the countries they divide its water. 20% of it is being used by India, so rest are by Pakistan. So that one we will discuss in our next period. So we today have discussed about the characteristics of Indus River. So Indus has its length, total length is 2,900 kilometer, which is one of the longest river of the world. Then Indus Indus River water is being distributed among India and Pakistan according to the Indus Water Treaty of 1960. Then river Satluj, Bees or tributaries of main tributaries of Indus, which include Satluj, Bees, Ravi, Chenab and Jhelum, they join Indus River at Mithankot near Pakistan, and they flow southward and fall into the Arabian Sea near Karachi. Then Mansarovar Lake is the original point of the Indus River. From Mansarovar Lake, the Indus in Tibet, the Indus River originates, and it enters to India. From which district? It is from the district of Ladakh of Jammu and Kashmir. Then some of the tributaries which joins the Indus River in Jammu Kashmir or in Kashmir area include Jaskar, Nubra, Shyok. Then a few more are there, Gilgit also. So anyway, you can write this tree. And then some important main tributaries are these: Ravi, Chenab, Jhelum, and then Bees are 5 important tributaries of river Indus. So that's all for today. Please go through the points and note down the points in your copies. Thank you so much, and we will discuss next video.